What if I told you the universe you're looking at right now doesn't exist? Not metaphorically, literally. The stars above you, some of them burned out thousands of years ago. You're looking at their ghosts. The sun you see in the sky, that's the sun from 8 minutes ago. The real sun, the one that exists right now, you've never seen it. Not once in your entire life. Most people think light shows us reality. That belief is not a little wrong, fundamentally wrong. Light doesn't reveal the universe. Light constructs it. And that construction is always delayed, always incomplete, always a negotiation between what happened and when you're allowed to know about it. Here's a fact that should stop you cold. You have never, not once, seen anything in the present tense. Every image your eyes have ever processed is old news. Your brain is not a window. It's a historian, piecing together ancient reports. And it gets stranger. The speed of light isn't just fast. It's a cosmic speed limit that forces space and time to warp around it. Not adjust, warp. Reality bends so light doesn't have to. This changes how you see everything: space, time, yourself. Let me show you. Do something for me right now. Pull out your phone. Turn on the flashlight. Point it at a wall. Simple, right? Wrong. What you're looking at isn't light traveling. You're watching reality reveal itself in layers. That beam isn't moving, not in any way your brain can detect. Light crosses that room in about 10 nanoseconds, 10 billionths of a second. Your eyes can't even begin to register that. So what are you actually seeing? You're seeing the wall react. Photons slam into that surface, get absorbed, get re-emitted, and those new photons travel back to your eye. Then your brain, running 60 milliseconds behind, assembles an image. That wall you're looking at? You're not seeing it now. You're seeing it from the past. A tiny past, but the past. Here's the part nobody tells you. The room was always full of information. The wall existed in darkness, sure, but darkness isn't a thing. Darkness is the absence of light's report. When you turned on that flashlight, you didn't create visibility. You sent out a request, and light brought back answers. Light is a messenger, not a revealer, a messenger with rules, and the rules are strict. The universe keeps books on every photon, where it came from, where it lands, how long the trip took. Nothing gets lost. Nothing gets faked. The accounting is perfect. Turn off the flashlight. The wall doesn't vanish. It just stops sending you reports. The information is still there. You just don't have access anymore. Now think about what this means. Everything you see is just the light that made it back to you. The light that got absorbed somewhere else? That information is gone, locked away. You'll never know what it touched. Your vision isn't a camera. It's a limited intelligence report compiled from whatever photons happen to survive the journey to your eyes. And here's where it gets stranger. That journey, the one light takes, it's not just about space, it's about time. And time, it turns out, doesn't work the way you think. Let me ask you something. Why does light have a speed limit? Not how fast is it? Why is there a limit at all? Think about it. You can accelerate a car until it breaks. You can throw a ball harder and harder. You can push a rocket faster with more fuel. Everything else in the universe can be sped up, except light. Light travels at exactly 299,792,458 meters per second, in vacuum, always, no matter what. You can't push it faster. You can't slow it down by chasing it. You can't add your speed to its speed. That sounds impossible. Until you see the trick. The trick is this. Light isn't playing by the same rules as everything else. Light is the rule. Everything else adjusts. Let me say that again, slower. Light doesn't change for you. Space changes. Time changes. Your measurements change. But light stays constant. This isn't preference, it's accounting. The universe runs on a ledger. And light is the auditor. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't bend. It doesn't care about your reference frame, or your velocity, or your expectations. You move faster, time slows down for you. You approach light speed, your length contracts. The universe literally warps itself to keep light speed untouched. Brutal. Here's an experiment you can't do, but need to imagine. You're in a spaceship moving at half the speed of light. You turn on a flashlight pointing forward. How fast does that light travel away from you? Your intuition says light speed plus half light speed, 1.5 times the speed of light. Wrong. The light still travels at exactly 299,792,458 meters per second from your perspective, from everyone's perspective. How? Because time itself stretched for you, space itself compressed. The universe cooked the books so the final answer stays the same. This is where your intuition fails. We think of space as a stage, fixed, rigid, a container where things happen. But space isn't a stage. It's a variable. It flexes, it breathes, it responds. And time? Time isn't a river flowing at constant speed. Time is elastic. It runs faster here, slower there, depending on gravity, depending on velocity. The only thing that doesn't flex? Light. Light is the reference point, the anchor, the one thing the universe refuses to compromise on. So far we've learned this. You've never seen the present, only light's delayed reports. The speed of light isn't just fast, it's enforced. And space and time warp to protect that enforcement. Now hold that thought, because this raises a terrifying question. If time runs differently, depending on how fast you're moving, if simultaneity is flexible, then what does now even mean? Does the present moment exist, or is it just another lie light tells you? One man figured this out over 100 years ago, and it broke physics forever. His name was Einstein. Picture a 16-year-old boy, Germany, 1895. He's not in a lab, not at a university. He's just daydreaming, imagining something impossible. What if I could ride alongside a beam of light? What would I see? Would the light freeze next to me? Would I see a static wave hanging in space like a frozen ocean? That boy was Albert Einstein, and that question haunted him for 10 years. Here's the part nobody tells you. Einstein didn't discover relativity by doing experiments. He discovered it by taking one fact seriously, one fact everyone else ignored. Light speed never changes. Maxwell's equations had already proven this. Light moves at a fixed velocity, always. But physicists assumed there must be exceptions. There must be some frame of reference where light behaves differently. Einstein said no. What if it's literal? What if light speed is constant for everyone, always, no matter what? And here's where it gets violent. If light speed can't change, everything else must. Space, time, mass, energy, all of them, negotiable. Einstein didn't just propose a theory. He exposed a conspiracy. The universe had been hiding its real accounting system, and light was the key. Think about what this means. Two people moving at different speeds will measure different lengths, different durations, different sequences of events, not because their instruments are broken, because reality itself is different for them. Beautiful and terrifying. In 1905, Einstein published his special theory of relativity. He was 26, working in a patent office, no lab, no funding, no PhD advisor, just that question from a decade earlier. What if light is the constant and everything else bends? The physics community took years to accept it. Some never did. But the math was clean, the predictions were precise, and eventually every experiment confirmed it. Time dilation, length contraction, mass-energy equivalence, all consequences of one stubborn fact: light refuses to change speed. Now here's the thing. People say Einstein was a genius, but that's just a label. What Einstein really was, stubborn. He took a simple truth, light's speed is constant, and followed it to terrifying conclusions. He didn't flinch. The universe keeps strict books. Einstein was the first to read them honestly. And what did he find? That now doesn't exist. The two events can happen in different orders depending on who's watching. That the present moment is not universal. It's personal. It's local. It's a construction. You think you share the same now with someone across the room. You don't. And I can prove it. Imagine a train, long, fast, moving past a platform at incredible speed. You're standing on the platform, watching, now. Two lightning bolts strike. One hits the front of the train, one hits the back. They strike at exactly the same moment. You see both flashes simultaneously. You conclude those strikes were simultaneous. Simple. Wrong. There's a passenger sitting in the middle of the train. She also sees both flashes. But here's the thing. She's moving toward the front of the train, toward where that lightning struck, and moving away from the back. The light from the front flash reaches her first. She concludes the front strike happened before the back strike. Now watch what this implies. You say simultaneous. She says sequential. Who's right? Both of you. Wait, this isn't about perception. This isn't about reaction time. This isn't about faulty clocks. This is reality. There is no universal now. There is no cosmic clock ticking the same moment for everyone, everywhere. The present is local, personal, relative. People say simultaneity is absolute, but that's just a label. Einstein proved it's not. The order of events depends on your motion. And there's no privileged frame, no God's eye view that shows the real sequence. The universe doesn't issue verdicts on what happened first. Let me say that again. Two events, lightning strikes, real physical events, and the universe refuses to say which one happened first, because the answer depends on who's asking. This is where your intuition screams. This feels wrong, broken, impossible. But the math is clean. The experiments confirm it. Reality doesn't negotiate. Here's an interactive moment for you. Next time you see a distant flash, lightning, fireworks, anything, remember, someone moving fast enough in the right direction would say that flash happened at a different time than you measured. Not perceived differently, happened differently. Time is not a river. Time is a vote. And light counts the ballots differently for everyone. Still don't believe me? Your phone proves this every single day. Pull out your phone again. Open a Maps app. Watch that little blue dot find you. Pinpoint your location within a few meters. Magic. Wrong. It's not magic. It's relativistic correction. And without it, that blue dot would be useless. Here's how GPS works. 24 satellites orbit Earth. Each one carries an atomic clock, insanely precise. Each satellite broadcasts a signal. Here's where I am. Here's what time it is. Your phone receives signals from multiple satellites. It calculates the time differences, triangulates your position. Simple, except for one problem. Those satellites are moving at 14,000 kilometers per hour, and they're 20,000 kilometers above Earth, where gravity is weaker. Both of these things affect time. Hold that thought. Special relativity says, moving clocks run slower. Those satellites are moving fast. Their clock should tick slower than yours, about 7 microseconds per day slower. But general relativity says clocks in weaker gravity run faster. Those satellites are far from Earth. Their clock should tick faster, about 45 microseconds per day faster. Net result? Satellite clocks run 38 microseconds faster than ground clocks every single day. That sounds tiny, dangerous. Light travels 300 meters in 1 microsecond. 38 microseconds of error? That's 11 kilometers of drift per day. Your GPS would be useless within a week. So what do engineers do? They program the satellites to correct for relativity. They deliberately slow the clocks before launch. They account for Einstein's equations in every single calculation. Your phone works because engineers accept that time is flexible. This isn't theory. This isn't philosophy. This is your daily commute. The universe keeps strict books. GPS engineers learn to read them. Every time that blue dot finds you, you're watching proof that time bends, that light speed limit warps reality, that Einstein was right. So far, we've learned this. Simultaneity is relative. Time dilation is real, and your phone relies on both. Now let's go bigger, much bigger. Let's look at the edge of the observable universe. Look up tonight. Find the farthest star you can see with your naked eye. Maybe Andromeda Galaxy, that faint smudge of light. That light left Andromeda 2.5 million years ago. You're not seeing Andromeda. You're seeing its ghost. A postcard from an era when humans didn't exist. Now here's the thing. That's just your neighborhood. Cosmically speaking, the observable universe stretches far beyond. The farthest light we can detect left its source 13.8 billion years ago, right after the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background, baby pictures of reality. But here's where your intuition breaks completely. That light traveled for 13.8 billion years, so the edge should be 13.8 billion light years away. Wrong. The edge of the observable universe is 46 billion light years away. Wait, how? Space itself expanded while the light was traveling. Think about it. A photon leaves a distant galaxy, heads toward Earth, travels for billions of years. But during that journey, the space between us and that galaxy stretched. The galaxy moved away, not through space, with space. That photon you just detected? The thing that emitted it is now 3 times farther than the light's travel time suggests. Wild. And it gets stranger. Some galaxies are now so far away, moving away so fast, their light will never reach us, ever. They've crossed the horizon, permanently invisible. The universe has edges, not physical walls, information barriers, light barriers. There are events happening right now, real events, real explosions, real civilizations maybe, that you will never know about. Not because they're hidden, because light from them cannot reach you. Reality doesn't issue refunds. What you can see is all you get. The rest is locked away, forever. Here's an interactive moment. Go outside tonight. Look at any star. Calculate this. That light is old. The star might be dead. You're looking at history pretending to be present. The sky isn't a window. It's an archive, a delayed archive. And the further you look, the deeper into the past you fall. You've never seen the universe. You've only seen what light has had time to deliver. And what light delivers? It's never now. It's always then. Let me tell you what this video is really about. It's not about light. It's not about Einstein. It's not about GPS or trains or distant galaxies. It's about you. Your entire experience of reality is a construction, a rendering, a best guess assembled from delayed signals that light delivered on its own schedule. You've never touched now, not once. Look at your hand right now. The light bouncing off your skin takes time to reach your eye, nanoseconds. Then your optic nerve fires, milliseconds. Then your brain processes the signal, more milliseconds. By the time you see your hand, the moment has passed. You're living in the past, constantly, permanently. People say we experience the present, but that's just a label. The present is a story your brain tells itself, a smoothed-over narrative built from stale data. Here's the part that should haunt you. There is no master clock, no universal now ticking somewhere in the cosmos, no synchronization. Your now is different from a satellite's now, different from a distant star's now, different from someone walking past you on the street. The universe doesn't have a present moment. It has local moments, personal moments, billions of them, none of them aligned. Think about what just happened. Every argument you've had about what happened first, every memory you trust,
every moment you thought you shared with someone. All of it is approximate. All of it is local. All of it is a negotiation between light's delivery speed and your brain's processing time. Reality isn't a place you visit. Reality is a rendering you generate. And the renderer has limits, strict limits, light's speed, your brain's bandwidth, the information that happened to survive the journey to your senses. This isn't philosophy. This is physics.
The universe keeps strict books, and you only get access to your local ledger. The rest is hidden, delayed, or permanently locked away. So what is real? Maybe nothing you can see. Maybe only the rules, the constants, the accounting principles that light enforces. Light doesn't show you reality. Light defines what reality is allowed to mean for you. And that changes everything, not just physics, how you see yourself, how you trust your senses, how you understand existence. One question remains. So here's where we land. The universe isn't real, not the way you thought, not the way anyone taught you. What you see is a delayed projection, a patchwork of old reports stitched together by a brain that's always running behind. The present moment, a convenient fiction, a local agreement, nothing more. Light doesn't reveal truth. Light enforces limits, strict limits. And within those limits, your brain builds a simulation and calls it reality. You've been living inside that simulation your entire life. Not a computer simulation, something stranger, a physics simulation, governed by rules you can't break, boundaries you can't cross, information you'll never access. And here's the question that should keep you awake tonight. What's happening right now that light hasn't told you about yet? Somewhere in the universe, a star just exploded. Right now, this second. But you won't know for thousands of years, maybe millions, maybe never. Events are occurring, real events, and you're locked out, permanently. The universe keeps its books closed until light delivers the receipt, and light takes its time. So, look around the room. Look at your hands. Look at the screen in front of you. None of it is now. All of it is memory disguised as presence. Here's what I want you to do. Go outside tonight, find a star, any star, and ask yourself, what's happening there right now? You'll never know. And that's the truth about reality. Beautiful, terrifying, real.